Let's see if we can get this thing started. Faster I start, the faster I can stop. Got other stuff to do. Penn Squall 2, 15 SD. Let's get it ready for the weekend. Try to grease this thing. Grease the drag washers. Get it ready for next weekend. And you might hear stuff in the background. Of course. Living the life. Family. You know what I mean? Can't help it. I use a size 15 millimeter wrench. It don't catch all the way, but just enough to unscrew it. Of course, watch yourselves with all the washers that are on here. Slowly but surely. There's no rush. Don't see anything there. There's a clear washer online, being plastic or whatever. Ooh, I'm trying to show it to y'all. Hopefully I don't mess it up. As you can see, leave it where they need to be. And like always, tell everybody to remove the parts and put them in order as they are, as they come off the reel, so you don't have to guess how it goes on. But if you do mess up, of course, there's always Google. Just of course, you put in the make and model and just put I believe expansion diagram or something like that, or just a diagram, and it shows how to put it back together. Just gotta be weary of all the parts. Unscrew. This would be the clicker for it. Bent washer. I say bent because it's not totally flat and has a curve to it. Flat washer and another bent washer. A little bit of trash there. That's gone. Now it's time to take off this side plate, which I'm going to switch to my Phillips screw. I have this magnetic little screw holder. I never put my parts there because I'm trying to keep them in order over here. And again, this is my first time taking this apart, so we're both going to learn together. So it's facing me like this. So that's one screw over here, one screw over here. See if I can flatten this out a little bit more. And if this doesn't want to come out now, I believe these two are going to have to come off. facing them is this way when I'm looking at it. You just gotta remember that stuff. Ooh, that scared me. I thought it was a crack. It seems like it wants to come off now, so. Yeah, see, it knows where to go. Yes, sir. You stay together. Okay, so let's make the magic happen. 1, 2, 3. Look down, make sure everything is in place, nothing is moving, like so. Pin grease, the blue one, but we're going to change that. We're not using pin grease, and these are the internals. Very simplistic. Only thing that this thing does is, if I remember right, just it gets this out the way. So let's say you want to release, it pushes forward, lifting this thing up as so. See, prespool. And then when you click it, it moves it out of the way. It falls into that groove. Bam. So this one's pretty simple. There's not very much stuff unless you got, oops, sorry about that. Just gotta remember this orientations of, or the order of that stuff to go in. But I'm not taking these apart. This is a brand new, not a brand new reel, but it's never been taken apart since my dad bought it for me. So we're gonna remove the drag washer and the main gear. Like, I don't know all these damn names completely, so don't mind my ignorance. But there it goes. And these are carbon fiber washers. Look at that. Shoo. These things are perfect. Perfect to work on. They're not crazy. I don't want to mess this up. Oh. Let me go give me a piece of rag or something. Alright, okay. So let's clean this up a little. Now mind you, I don't want to place these drag washers in a solution or anything. See? Behind, in front, and this goes right over the top. So this part is the clean part, so this goes right on top of that. Nasty, nasty, nasty. I'm assuming it gets pushed. Nope, it's solid back here, so it goes this way. So, it must be a large washer that I can grab. So, there we go. This down on paper. Try to keep your area clean. I'm not going to use this till later. So, drag washers. And like I said, see if I can get this drag washer out without messing with it too bad. Just say sharp enough. Nails. Lift it up a little bit. A little bit. Slowly but surely. Remember, you have all the time in the world. Ooh, you can see all the drillings. That's cool. Alright, let's clean this thing up. Now what do you use? Whatever you want. I just I would just suggest that whatever you do use is clean very well, so it doesn't stay in there while your drag washers are in there, so it doesn't like break them down faster, or you know what I mean, just destroy them slowly but surely or whatever. So they just keep it as natural as possible. Okay, this is what I'm gonna use, and I'm not gonna spray it. I could have gotten like a small container and sprayed it in there and get some really good stuff off of it or whatever. But this is what I'm gonna do. Spray this. And just do this. I do have a toothbrush. Let me go grab that. Well, I changed my mind. I will use a container just to keep everything here. If I have to, I will try to learn how to fast forward the video so you don't have to watch me do all this. Hopefully it doesn't destroy this plastic, because I'm not really sure if it will or won't. We all will learn together. Maybe I should be wearing gloves. Who knows? I'm just doing this to rough it up and get all the grease off, of course, and then come back and wipe this thing down as good as possible. I mean, you don't have to freaking make it shine. If you want to, that'll be a good deal. But like I said, this is mine. If it was doing stuff for other people as what do you call it? I'm using, oh, this is synthetic. I thought this was a degreaser and it wasn't. It's basically an oil. Damn you, public schooling. Don't forget to read, boys. Don't forget to read. Alright, so I just basically oiled this thing up. Thought it was a degreaser, but it's not. But let's just keep it going. You say as much as you can. Got that going. Now it's the carbon fiber that are next. I use a clean rag. Clean paper towel. Not sure what this grease is, but it's not in between. It seems like it just got in the grooves. This is the highest one. This was the lowest one. Washer. Like, yeah, I was truly scared to see this thing come apart. I would have thought there would be more smaller pieces, but it seems like there isn't. So don't be afraid. Get in there, man. the more you learn about your own reels, the more you can do stuff about it, and save money because you don't have to pay nobody else to do it. We all need to save money because we're going to spend money when we go fishing. You know that, right? Alright, that. Oops, sorry again. Shit, I'm not even in the camera view. Sorry about that. I'm still learning. Please don't judge. Get this cleaned up. You don't see in this stuff. Get this cleaned up. I'm not sure what kind of washer this is. I don't think I've seen these in older reels and they become very brittle. Luckily this is a newer model. Okay, now let's put it back together. First, drag grease. Let's bless this reel. A little bit too much, but one thing we can do. Is place it in there. I might have messed up. This one doesn't spin, so I shouldn't need any grease at the bottom. I just realized that. Yeah, we all make mistakes. I'm assuming these are the ones that need to be greased, because these are the ones that are going to be spinning, and these are going to be stationary. Oh, sorry. Keep forgetting about the camera angle. So let's do this. If I can pick this up without damaging it. I was going to flip it over, but it seems like it's on there now because of all the things, so let's press this one. Okay, not that one first. Let's go with the old stacking them up. Yeah, I don't need that much. Put it in there. Bless this one. Emboss this side. And the amount is whatever you want to use, is your money. But I clean my stuff often, so I'm not wanting to use a lot. Just like so. The last part of it. I believe this would be the final up here. But assuming that I'm supposed to put this first, and this one locks that one in place. Oh, did I mess up? Does this have a lip? Get dang it, it does have a lip. So this is supposed to go in first before all that. See, we're learning. My mistakes are for both of us to learn. Let's see if we can get these out. It's I'm thinking I'm just gonna have to get to the last metal, and then after that I might have to sharpen this for this stuff, like so, and then put this in here. Like so, and then this one like so. The only reason I know how to do it is because this has two flat spots and so does this, but it's kind of square, so it really doesn't matter that I know of. But these look more elongated than this side, more of a curve. So that's how I'm trying to place them. So once that goes in, dry washer will fall in place. And this gives this another little love. Let's spread the love. And I believe this would be the locking mechanism for all your washers, just like so. I'm lucky enough to where I'm filming it, so I would be all I would have to do is play back the video and see what the hell is going on. Put regular grease down here, just so my washer doesn't move around or spin. And this, give it some as well. And if this washer or whatever gets deteriorated because of this lithium grease, I'll let y'all know. Like I said, I take my stuff apart very often, almost every time I go fishing, and I'll let y'all know. So now that that's done, let's place this back onto the shaft, just like so. That's it. We're done with the dry grease. Put that away. I do have cats that jump up here and mess it all up. And I'm sorry if I wasn't in the damn camera I gotta watch my stuff. I kind of have this as a borderline, but the thing all the way over there is also in it. Oh, grease. Don't be shy. And this little brush is from my, what do you call it? The little machine that you use to, like cut your beard and stuff like that. This is for brushing all the hairs off the trimmer. Well, of course you can buy one. I just look for stuff around the house. People might say, just put like in 3 or 4 spots and they'll spread it around. I say, hell nah. I want that thing to be greased. This thing's gonna be around salt water. I don't know when I might jump in the water, get over waist deep to cast. And it's like, why are you gonna learn the pendulum cast if you're gonna freaking get in the water? Well, imagine getting in the water and pendulum casting. Boy, we're going for mermaids. Oh, don't let my wife hear you, or hear myself, or hear me. Move this over. Any kind of friction spot. I see there's some pin grease still in there. Like I said, there's not very much dirt or grime. This was still kind of new, so I'm not taking it completely apart. Oops, sorry again. I have this damn tripod so close to me, so I'm sitting kind of awkward. But if you hear any kind of smacking, that's my wife hitting me for saying this dumb stuff that I do. Move this out the way. So another place where there will be friction is on top of these little things. Make sure those get grease. And the springs themselves, because they run over a shaft and it's going to be pumping up and down. Not constantly, of course, but you know what I mean? Spread the love. You have it, spread it. Alright. Anywhere else I can think of? The only part would be this. That's if you want to take it apart. How long is this video now? Only 30 minutes, so I got a lot of 30 minutes. We're gonna go for it. Change bit. You stand up. I'm not laying on the job. Take this off. While I'm putting my finger here, just in case it doesn't fall out and that spring goes everywhere. Have her there. Remove this slowly. Look at the dirt. Nasty. Spring's gonna want to come out. Remember this location right over the edge and inside, kind of like a V. All the other pins have that, the older models, so I'm kind of used to it. If it's there, why remove it? Let it be home. Take this off and make sure you clean under that so there isn't any grit and grime and all that stuff into there. Let's do that. Where's my brush. This has a lubricant, so let me see it gets shiny. This is plastic, so you ain't gotta worry about it being, I don't know, I think it's plastic, but I don't think it's gonna rust away or anything. But this is brass, and that will ooh, watch out for that. There is a washer here. Be careful in what y'all doing. Slow down. So, we're gonna do all along the edge right here, because this is where it's gonna spin, and this is a place where water or dirt can come into your reel. So I'm gonna grease this thing up pretty good so it blocks everything from coming in. Hit it with some grease up here. And now this little washer will stay in its place. Now it's putting it back together. Before we do that, let's get a rag and clean the inside. I don't know why, but this is the way I do it. Grab it, pass it. Gotta make sure the whole thing goes in there the first time. Basically brushes it. You want to spin at the same time. Done done. Yes, sir. Now you clean this. Now you have it out, because this will corrode. Not sure what it's made out of, but just in case, get it all off right now while you can. Place it back where it was. Just like so. Ooh, still gotta clean this. Now that this is clean, right where it rubs, give it some love. Well, first, let's figure out where this goes. So this goes up. There's a hole right there, so I'm assuming that's where it goes. Like I said, I took this thing apart too damn fast to really notice stuff, but it's been, I've always cleaned my own reels, so it's me just assuming it goes there. If it really goes there, I don't know. We're gonna try it out. Picked it up off the other side just to hopefully makes this a little easier for me to place it inside of this one. See? Is there a hole for this one? Dum-dum. It was all the way up here. Not down there where I was looking. Here's the hole for it. Bam, it's in there. Cool. Now we adjust this thing. The washer's there. Doesn't hurt to give it a little bit of love. Oops, sorry about that. Place this right back. Try to find the thing. If not there, then you rotate the bottom to the other position till you find it, which is there. That's off. And that's on. So, finger there, finger there. Like I said, living the family life, you're gonna hear stuff in the background. My grandson is watching me do all this, and now he wants a YouTube channel as well. Springed. I know there's a bearing, which is over here on this side. Put this back on. Usually I go backwards till I feel a pop. Ooh. I might have messed up. careful with that stuff. I don't put oil in there. This being a casting, I will not put grease in there because it drags your free spool around. Let it sit in there and let it soak. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. If you want to take the excess off, put a rag in there. Let it get soaked up. But I believe that would be it. If anything, this will have some friction in it. Let's put some here. Just so this doesn't rust. I don't know if this could be stainless steel, but I'm not sure. I didn't look into it. And it doesn't rust onto the shaft. Just put a little bit of grease in there. Or do the other thing and put grease on the shaft itself. And just put it back together. We have it in retrieve, which is supposed to be here right now. What is this? I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong, but it's not sitting all the way. There it goes. Oh, I finally got it. Free spool. And track. Free spool. Perfect. Let's get the easy ones on there first. Must change bits, but with greasy fingers.
First, the ultimate turn off the lights.
And the reason I try to make sure that we do the hole separation of the screws, because sometimes some are longer than others, and if they are, it's for a reason. As much as I can. Not crazy tight, because this isn't screwing into metal. Not that I know of, but I really didn't check. No. Back to the basics. like so. Then the clicker. And this. Like I said, I usually go backwards until I feel the pop. And that's the beginning of the two threads going over each other. I don't know if you see it when I usually do screws. You'll see me go backwards first just to find the beginning. And it's spinning, so let's get a screw. Now it wants to fall off easily. Well, that didn't work. Let's just use the handle. Clickety clickety. Now that's done. Let's put these two back together. Before I forget, it would be this one has the spring. This one has the washer. Long retreat, short retreat. Let's go with the short. Tool, and all I'm wanting to do is match this with that in a tight space. Like that one was too easy. The next one will be nice and tight, which will be about right there. Screwdriver. Backwards. Tight, but not crazy. Let's see how it is. Yeah, I know. I need to upgrade the bearings. It's all the way loose. Turn up the magnet. Barely spins. Now let's see the other side. All right. this one. And bottom. Let's remove. Very simplistic, don't have to do much. But one thing I do want to do is clean this shaft. Clean the spool, especially along the edge, and very much clean the inside of this where all the dirt gets trapped up, or sand. And usually where you hear all your grinding, it's dirt sound. So when I do upgrade my bearings, they're going to be Bokuba ceramic bearings. They will be noisy. You can put some oil, but they don't really need it because they're ceramic. But a little bit of lubrication ain't going to hurt, because that's what I usually do. Is remove this and just drip some oil, or remove this side, which doesn't have any loose parts, and drip oil down here, down there, and in here. The bearings are also in here, so all that would get some kind of lubrication. So the way this thing works for the magnetic thing, the magnets get covered, so the more magnet you want, the more magnet gets exposed. Make sure there's any metal trash or anything on there. You don't know what's in the water. You don't know what's in the sand. Just for this to be a little bit easier. Not very much, just enough. Contemplating if I should put some on the inside, but I'm not sure if that's going to slow it down. I know this being the clicker, there is some friction points on this, so doesn't hurt. Just throw some in there. The rubbing points are. Ooh, I see a gap. Let's fill up that gap. You don't have to worry about sand coming in there very easily. Is there some kind of protection? Yes, sir. I do not mind that. I wouldn't mind taking this part and putting some in there on the shaft where this goes, but that's for another time, and when I actually need to take this thing completely apart. So everything's done here. Give it a one more cleanup, so my mind is not thinking if I cleaned it good enough. Just in that corner is what you want. It's what I want to rarely get into. bit on that one. Give it one more wipe. And you can see these rings, the rings let you know how much line you have left. I'm gonna fill up this full with Spectra Chinese. Very cheap. It was freaking like less than $100, like $30-$40 off of Wish or whatever it was back in the day. It's 65 pound, but I use it as if it was 30. And the only reason I put braid, I'm probably gonna fill up first the first line and maybe a quarter, if that, of the for the last line, and then the rest of it would be mono, which is gonna be the 20 pound thing. And the only reason I put braid underneath is just say I try to have that never touch water. It's my emergency. So if there is a good sized fish, I have a little bit of braid behind it to give me more distance. But looking at this, it seems like this braid is almost as thick as this mono. If it is thinner, just barely. It's hard for y'all to see when I'm looking at it. I don't have a thing to do it, but, and I'm just learning how to do the pendulum cast. So if I break it and I need a re-spool, it's nothing too expensive. And then later on, when I do, I will do a 20 pound hollow cord braid, because my the master from what was it, Team Hard Life, fucking does all the experimental stuff for us, so we don't have to. And he recommends hollow cord braid because of the abrasion resistance, and I believe him 100% because he knows what he's talking about. And I know I have a friend that used to use nothing but braid and just regular braid, not hollow cord, and is beach fishing when he drones out bait and comes back cut line. And I'm really thinking about why it was doing that, and I cannot not think that it's the sand rubbing up against. Let's say this is a like underwater, the sand goes up and down. I can't remember what it's called, but let's say your line, the fishing line, you cast so far away that it hits like this, and it starts rubbing in the waves, and eventually cuts it. Sometimes I've seen trash on top of his line, and right where that trash was, it was cutting it. So, but he's claimed, or I've seen him with his videos, and hollow cord braid works very well. I don't know. I'm just gonna go to him one day and have him spool my lines for me, my reels, with what he thinks is best. And I mean, his opinion is one that I really do. I can't remember how you say that word. Respect, and I know what he's talking about, man. Or he knows what he's talking about. So I'm just gonna put some oil and some lubrication in these bearings. Give it a few spins. Try to get it in there. I should be doing this like the day of or the day before a fishing trip, but I mean, we all live lives, and sometimes we don't have the time. Now I'm trying to remember if the shaft was sticking out this much. It don't seem like it, or was it sticking out? This one. Gotta pay attention to y'all what y'all's doing, cause then you'll be in here sitting like me right now, trying to figure things out. Put the clickers this way. It shouldn't be. Yeah, I'm assuming it's this way. The longer piece of the shaft has to be pressed up against this to help you with your drag. Don't forget to spread the love. And why not? Round on the edge. Just like so. Round part, round part. And again, reverse till you hear a pop. Not too tight. So money. I forgot. Put some drag on there. not right. Must be the washer's not in the right position. They're both facing the same way. I think I had one outside. Maybe both these going the same way. This one being the opposite. So, only thing I can think of. Me placing this thing wrong. I'm having trouble figuring it out, so I'm gonna do what everybody should be doing. It's going. I'm looking at what's the thing. It has that plastic, has that washer, so that one's supposed to be in the bottom. But maybe I'm doing this wrong. Two washers are right. Then the clicker. That washer does go on the bottom. That's that clear washer. I don't know why it's getting tight so easily. washer, washer. Let's try making them all face the same way. Up, maybe this one down to conserve space. Clicker. Then this one facing down. I could have swore I had it this way. And this washer over this handle. Clear washer and nuts. No, if this doesn't fix it, it's gonna be the gear and the stuff being too high, putting too much pressure. So, the thing of elimination. No, not enough space to be loose. Let me redo all this and I'll let you know. Alright, I think I found the problem. Let's just say these two prongs here. Well, what I did was place them, give me a pointer stick. Place them here. If you can notice, it's shallow, and these over here have more, it's deeper. So putting them in the shallow ones didn't allow it to sit properly and sit down further down, bringing the shaft too high, which didn't allow me to use the drag properly, or didn't have enough space to do the drag properly. So let me fix this real quick, and I'll start the video again after I put all this thing back together. Another thing I'm doing, it seems that where the things are actually where the flat part goes. So if you rotate that to where the deeper notches are, like so, they'll fall right into it. Like so. I'll start the video again when I finish putting it together. All Alright. Well, I guess every goddamn video is gonna be an hour long. She feels a lot smoother. Release and drag. There you go. That's good. That drag is loose. Sorry, I have it in free fall. Nothing. There we go. That's all it was. Way more spins. Not putting those in the right spot just brought the whole mechanism up higher, not giving me the gap here to be able to move this thing. Now with that fixed, she's ready to get spooled. I'm ready to go fishing. Like I said before, it's gonna have supposedly 65 pound with 20 pound mono. This being cheap braid, I just think of it as 30, and it's gonna be mostly practice stuff. The braid at the very bottom is just an emergency, so if it's a big fish, there's enough line in there to give it that extra yardage. But I've yet to have any of my braid come out or rip because it rarely touches water. But we'll see. I'll post the pics on the end of the video like I do for my other ones. Magnetic cast. Lifesaver. And we'll see. And this is my dad's. Little thing. I mess up so we can all learn together.
I decided on this. 300 effing yards. Blue electrical tape for grip.
She's looking good.
Oh yeah. What's effing goo?